Have you ever looked back over your life and realized that the clues were there the whole entire time? The things that you love, the things that you kept coming back to, the dreams that never completely left you alone. I think for years I was looking for some giant sign about what I should do next, doing all the researching, all the Google chats, all the asking questions to other people and needing their opinions. But lately, I've been realizing the answer might have been hiding in plain sight. Ooh. One thing I learned recently is that psychologists have found people tend to thrive when three things are present: autonomy, competence, and connection. So, in simple terms, we need freedom, we need growth, and meaningful relationships. What's interesting is that when I started looking at the things I've been consistently drawn to over the years, almost all of them contain those three things. Psychologists call this intrinsic motivation. The things we do because they genuinely interest us, not because we're being rewarded or praised, promoted, or prayed. So, what's fascinating is that intrinsic interests tend to stay with us for decades. Meaning, who you were, the things you enjoyed as a child, maybe the way that you played outside, if you started fishing when you were younger, if you started riding your bikes and then you went hiking or back riding, I can't talk. Just small little things about who you were as a child and things that you enjoyed even in your past through your adulthood literally always stayed with you. They show up over and over again throughout our lives. And that's what started happening when I actually decided to look back. I finally saw a few things that were breadcrumbs. So the clues were everywhere. Nature, my love for the outdoors. I would be outside every chance I could get. When I worked remotely from home, when I first moved back to Michigan 2 years ago, I would literally set my table outside in a chair and be in the corner underneath a tree. And that meant something to me, but it didn't click until very, very recently. I even went as far as looking up nature therapy because I'm in grad school right now to become a mental health therapist. And I realized nature therapy is something that I could actually get certified in and add into my modality practice once I, have achieved licensure and things along those lines. And I'm 100% going to do it. When I looked back to look at places that I moved to, I've lived in Georgia. North Carolina was a very blind move, by the way. I moved only knowing two people. And being from Michigan, I realized the common theme was always just the great outdoors. And then travel. My love for travel grew beyond just travel. I realized when I would go to different places, I didn't go to another state to go to their mall or, go buy stuff and go shopping. I went to actually explore their area, understand where I was, understand their community and their environment, really understand their culture. And when I started traveling internationally, that expanded. I wanted to know even more about their culture. I would go try the food and the cuisine and do any of the activities or any of the events that were local in the area. I would always do something outside, in Cabo, I did that amazing boat ride. If any of y'all been to Cabo, you know what I'm talking about. We did, I think dirt bike ride, ATVing, and just different things like that. So I realized my love for travel just grew beyond the normal getaway. It was truly about the experience for me. And then my love for writing and deep connections, my love for personal growth. So often in a lot of my conversations, I have daily, weekly conversations like this with my friends. And I'm really at the core all about us advancing to be able to live the best life that we could possibly live. And advancing in the sense of it's on your terms. It's the way that you want it to be, not constantly living on autopilot or living a life that doesn't even feel like yours anymore, or living a life that you've outgrown. And then think about therapy school, learning how people think, freedom. I've been chasing that for a long time. Creating things, helping other people find clarity through their mess, through wherever they feel stuck, or maybe they just need like another voice or an outside opinion. None of those are new interest to me. They followed me for years, and it wasn't until recently, I would say over the past 2 years, that I've really started to realize these things. When I moved back home to my parents' house, I was 35 at the time, drove 12 hours, packed up my car, packed up Cardi, and did what we had to do overnight to literally come back here to my childhood bedroom and start from zero. So that's when I started coming outside and just sitting down and processing what I was going through. Okay, you went through cancer, you went through a major life change, you went through a job layoff, you were up and then you were down and then you were all the way around. And now you're in a position where you're trying to just get your head afloat and get above water again. And so that kind of kick-started the journey to figuring out, who am I? Who is Renee? What does Renee enjoy? What does she love? And I don't think there was no, I don't think it was a coincidence that God brought me back to like where he created me, bringing me right back here to Michigan, my home state, my hometown, to literally hit the reset button, because it started making me wonder, did parts of me leave? Like, did the journey that I initially wanted to be on leave when I was that 18-year-old girl going away to college here? Am I reconnecting with that person, that woman, just in a different way, a new way? So I don't think it was a coincidence that I end up doing my restart here, and it's been every bit of 2 years of that journey. But I will tell you this, working these jobs most recently has like elevated my understanding in rebuilding who I am and actually working to like create the life that I desire in a way that I don't think it ever had before. So I spent so much time trying to figure out what I should do next that I almost missed what I couldn't stop running towards. I would go in a circle, and the game, buy all the books, get the Audible version, get the physical version, get a handful of podcasts that people you like and listen to help you figure out who you are and figure out things about yourself. And they're helpful. I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm saying such a beautiful place to start is like in your own thoughts, in your first innate reaction, and sitting down in quiet and just like letting yourself